Alright everyone, the UK continues to sink into being a dystopian, like, memory-hold hellhole. If you look at the UK right now, there was a very funny article. This is from days ago. I had to keep bumping it because this isn't really a news story per se. It's not actually newsworthy, but it appeared on the BBC, and I'm like thinking to myself, what kind of fucking la-la land are you living in? Apparently people in Scotland are in the habit of, like, they'll take some rocks and stack them up and, like, take a picture of it, or they find it scenic or something. This is now a big problem. It's destroying our beaches. It's unsightly. People are stacking too many rocks, according to the BBC. What fucking beach are you on that it becomes an impediment to people? Like what kind of weird cultural practice, by the way, would it be too? It's like anytime you go to the beach for, like, the fairy folk or something, you have to make a stack of rocks for them. And by the way, if it's like a cultural trapping, aren't you being ethnocentric by telling them not to do so? This is totally moronic, and the fact that it's actually appearing in what counts over there, I guess, as a mainstream news publication is hilarious to me. No, it doesn't destroy the beach to stack up a few rocks. I suppose if you were to sit there every fucking day with 100 people and do nothing but stack rocks, yeah, after a while it might get a little bit crowded. That's probably not what's actually happening. I'm assuming that probably eventually someone would come along and remove them, like bulldoze them off to the side and clear the beach or something. Why, what, are you going to have a designated rock building space at the beach now for people whose cultural practices, I guess, run a little bit outside of the Judeo-Christian mainstream or something? Are you going to force people to get a license in order to stack two stones on top of each other? The funny thing is, I wouldn't even be that surprised if that happened. Like, you know, like, because of the Queen's order, in order to stack 3 or more rocks on top of one another, you must pay a licensing fee. We gotta make sure you have a hard hat on too, because you might get hurt. Because we're not just a nanny state. We went past that. We went back to feudalism. Basically, you're serfs. Do what we tell you. That's what the UK appears to be. This is, though, a country that has also made it illegal to get butter knives shipped to your door. It's also a nation in which even a plastic spork, apparently you need to be at least, 13 to buy, like, plastic cutlery. You have to be 18 to buy knives, even if it's, like, literally just for spreading butter, because it could be turned, I guess, into a shiv or something by someone who's not totally stupid. And so it's like, that's a big problem. Meanwhile, I'm assuming you could probably buy a metal ingot and, like, cast it in your garage and make a shiv, but, you know, I guess maybe vulcanizers, those are illegal too. It would be impossible. Look, there's a channel on YouTube where the dude takes, like, copper coils and, like, crushed up aluminum cans and shit and casts his own bronze weaponry and stuff. I would assume that it wouldn't be too difficult to do that, nor would it be particularly costly. What, do they have a ban on people having copper delivered to them? Like, I can get, like, all sorts of metal ingots. I can go on eBay and I can get, like, every alloy known to man. Like, I've looked at it. It's actually really cool. I've thought about having a little collection just because I'm sort of interested in that stuff. Like, you can get titanium, you can get, like, different kinds of steel, you can get lead, copper, silver. I get a bunch of silver bars, actually, that I saved for a rainy day, aka the apocalypse. And semi-joking, you can get gold, you can get, like, platinum, anything. Tungsten, antimony. Somebody figured out how to cast the antimony without it cracking and getting all weird. Jury's still out on how that's happening, judging from the way that it tends to fracture. But no, BBC Scotland is like, stop stacking the rocks. Oh my goodness, you're angering Poseidon by challenging him by building things on the beach, I guess. It's just really, it's not even newsworthy. I shouldn't even be talking about this, but it's a symbol of what the UK appears to have become, which is an Orwellian nightmare in which the media, the BBC being literally taxpayer funded, is literally being paid to spread propaganda and then make stuff like this. Like, how much taxpayer money went into paying the salaries of the people that were there on the board okaying this story? How many thousands of pounds or euros or whatever the hell they get denominated at the BBC, probably euros? How many thousands or tens of thousands did it cost to produce such a story? You know, writing is expensive or whatever. I'm thinking to myself, over here the media is arguably even worse, but at the very least it's not technically taxpayer funded. It is kind of, because we pay politicians to then turn around and give exclusives to these goofballs and allow them to spin their propaganda and do their stupid thing, but not directly. When last I checked, there had never been a mainstream outlet within the United States that was making stories like this. Plenty of secondary outlets like a Salon or a Vox or a HuffPost or so, yeah, they're going to fixate on this. They would probably respectively call it sexist or ethnocentric to stack rocks. Like, oh, white people can stack rocks without the cops showing up and arresting them for vandalism. Or, oh, men have more muscle mass, so it's a sexist activity because they can stack bigger rocks, and it's like a subconscious form of bigotry against women or something like that. They probably would construe it that way. In the BBC, it's just, oh, it's environmental damage or something. It's unsightly. It's like, no, it's a stack of rocks. That's sort of how houses are made, at least if they're, made in the European sense 100 years ago. Now the houses that they put up, they look like they have a housing boom basically in the UK for all the wrong reasons because they've run out of room. There's nowhere to build but up. What you should do is tear most of those houses down and just build tenements at this point on this crowded island. It would make more sense to have commie blocks, oddly enough. Clear up some more space on the fringes for farms and hopefully forests, because there was another article, I think it was 3 or 4 years ago, so it's probably worse now, that a significant proportion of all of the species in the UK were endangered, specifically because of habitat loss. Like, if you look at it from satellite, there's not a whole lot of forest there. My state is smaller than Albania, and yet it has almost as much forest as the entirety of the UK does. And most of it's these little tiny, little woody plots that I guess are, probably publicly owned or something. They're called copses or something. And it's just these little areas of forest that they never actually got rid of. But there aren't a lot of them. It looks like the most greenery you get in the UK is a little bit of a fallow fringe between farm fields in most cases. Or like someone's 1/10 of an acre city lot on which they have a 4-foot long fucking yard in the front. They have a couple of flowers or something. Can you even garden without a license? Can you do anything without a license? You can't do anything. Oh, you eat the wrong food. You need a license for that. $5. Oh, you said the wrong thing. Certainly on Twitter, we're going to throw you in jail because you didn't have your free speech license. It's like, how can you be comfortable living in a country that has no future is what I would basically ask people within Britain. Yeah, I'm sure that it hurts a little bit to hear that, but there's really not any future. You're sliding backwards economically. Your military is beginning to degrade. Your government is all sorts of screwy. You may even try to give up on the idea of Brexit, which means you'll be back under. Although at this point, because the deal that Theresa May wanted was so bad, it wouldn't matter. The deal she had is basically, we'll be subject to their rules without even voting on them. So, you're led by idiots, I hate to say. Then you have secessionary rhetoric from North Ireland and then more so from Scotland, although I think most people there discount it as a bad idea. It's dystopian. When you have the BBC, the taxpayer-funded media service, saying, hey, there's a problem with people stacking rocks on the beaches, it's degrading and horrible and evil, haven't they run out of things to talk about that are actually sensible? It's a cultural decadence, a slow degradation into basically non-existence. That's about all. Peace out.